From UFOs to ghost and psychic powers, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now and learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in present-day Croatia. He spent his childhood fascinated by math and engineering. At the age of 24, he invented the induction motor. 4 years later, he traveled to New York to interview with his hero, Thomas Edison. This meeting did not go well, but Edison still hired Tesla. After a few months, Tesla resigned in disgust and left to work on his system of alternating current. 10 years later, Tesla passed away impoverished in a seedy New York hotel room. After he died, the US government confiscated his possessions. His notes were held by the Office of Alien Papers and eventually shipped to Yugoslavia. Or were they? We know Tesla attempted to create death rays, wireless energy, and powerful gyroscopes. But there's one thing we don't know. What was in those notes? Here's where it gets crazy. Thousands of people believe the US government suppressed Tesla's technology. Take the story of the Tesla oscillator, a small device that can allegedly simulate earthquakes. Consider also the death ray. In an interview with the New York Times, Tesla stated he'd invented a giant death beam that would end war because it was simply too easy for countries to destroy each other. But his strangest alleged invention was a worldwide free electricity system. With funding from J.P. Morgan, Tesla built a gigantic tower in Shoreham, New York, and named it Wardenclyffe. J.P. Morgan hoped the Wardenclyffe Tower could provide wireless communication across the world. However, Tesla had other plans. The inventor reportedly wanted to build an energy system that used Earth as a conductor. If the project worked, anyone could have electricity by simply sticking a rod into the ground. Unfortunately, free electricity is not profitable, and this system could be incredibly dangerous for the global elite because it could profoundly change the energy industry. Imagine how different the world would be if society didn't need oil or coal to function. Could the current world powers maintain control? Many historians believe Westinghouse and Morgan refused to continue to fund the Wardenclyffe project because they grew tired of the great expense. But what if they banded together to blackball Tesla? Financially, it makes sense. The mark of most great inventions is that they fundamentally change the society in which they exist, and the people at the top of the social structure have more to gain by reinforcing the status quo. But Tesla's technology didn't necessarily disappear. Some theorists believe the government continues to use Tesla's research in places like the HAARP facility of Alaska. HAARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. Officially, this program investigates ionospheric phenomena, and the government claims it is purely for research. There's no way to know for sure what Tesla's notes contained, and if the US government really has used Tesla's designs, they've done a wonderful job hiding their tracks. Both skeptics and conspiracy theorists agree that the US government held Tesla's notes before eventually sending them back to Europe. But what happened in between? We may never know. We do know that the US has top-secret experimental compounds throughout the world, and the US has a history of secretly developing technology before revealing it to the public. Yet Nikola Tesla remains an enigma. He believed in extraterrestrials, wireless energy, and dozens of other things yet to be proven to mainstream science. His beliefs were ridiculed as often as they were applauded, and the beliefs of these conspiracy theorists are also often ridiculed. The story seems based on anecdotes and rumors. The operation at HAARP is classified, so we may never know what the scientists are doing. Yet we'll also never be able to know exactly what Tesla was up to either. As the rumors surrounding HAARP and Area 51 grow, conspiracy theorists ask, are these mysteries related? Did the government really return all of Tesla's notes? Or did these notes contain something they don't want you to know?
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS, for teaching us this truth, among other things. And shalom to all the sincere Akiam pushing this word of sincerity and truth, man. So yeah, man, you just saw the clip about Nikola Tesla. He was an inventor, as you well know, who got killed. He got killed for his, they don't tell you he got killed, but hey, America, man, he probably got killed and then they took hold of his paperwork, all his secrets and all his secret documents. So yeah, man, what I want to go into today is uh, what they could have done with all that information of Nikola Tesla, man, and why I think that they killed him, and what the consequences are, what Esau is gonna do with it. Esau is the so-called white man. So that's what I'm going into today, man. So you saw the video. Um, Nikola Tesla was working on frequency, and using electricity for free, man. So his he was working on a source of electricity that wouldn't cost money, you know like oil and stuff, where we pay a lot for. He would just let cars drive on electricity, just like you see now. You got the Tesla car, but he would just let the cars drive on electricity, and that electricity would be free, man. Would be just from the energy around us, because his his study proved that energy is all around us, so we can just filter that energy out of our environment, and then we can just live without problems, without problems of thinking about that our energy resources would at one time go, that we come without. So yeah, man, and of course with this topic I got a few scriptures. So the moment that they took hold of his paperwork, his secrets, of course they found a lot of things, man. He knew Nikola Tesla. He knew that there was extraterrestrial life forces, man. So-called aliens. He knew that, man, and yeah, they took hold of his paperwork, and that's how Esau became a little bit wiser. He could be Jake. I'm not saying he is a Jake, but he could be a Jake, man, because Jake is everywhere, man. And believe it or not, Jake invented a lot of things, man. And if you look at the place where he came from, it's called Serbia, and that comes from the word to serve, man. To serve, you know. And yeah, if you think about our history of the children of Israel, it's all about that we was serving our enemies, man. Yeah, man. So I know, and you also got Yugoslavia, talks about slaves, So yeah, he could have been Jake, man. But the thing is, they robbed his IDs. So now Esau became a little bit wiser. So this is Ezekiel chapter. Let me just start at 1. Chapter 28, verse 1. The word of the Lord came against Slakia. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus said the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. This is what Esau does, man. Esau thinks he's so smart. Esau thinks he can, create everything, invent everything. They busy with making human organs and stuff, creating human tissue. You know, for example, if a soldier lost his leg during battle, that they could recreate his leg with human tissue, man. You know, they're busy with all kinds of stuff that actually is up to the Most High. You know, the Most High did that. The Most High made sure that this soldier lost his leg during the war. You know, but Esau thinks he's God, man. Esau thinks he can create everything he wants. He can, you know, lay his hands on everything and control everything, man. Because that's the only thing that they want. They want to have control over everything, man. Verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Yeah, man. Hey, that's plain and simple, man. Esau tried to find everything out, man. They dig up stuff, you know, archaeological. They, how you say it? You know, they dig up all kinds of artifacts, man, to know what happened and to know if things are true. That's why I say, man, these low life Edomites, man, they are dumb as fuck, man. They really think that their leaders don't know that the Bible is the truth, man. Hey, man, the world leaders, they know that the Bible is the truth, man, because they had all these scientists and uh, archaeological dig-ups that they know everything that is written in the Bible really did happen, man. So they became wiser than Daniel. Verse 4. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches. Yeah, man, they have gotten riches, man. They became rich with all the things that they have stolen, all the places that they have raped, robbed, and murdered, man. You know, because they invented things by which they could murder people. You know, take hold of people. You had that biological warfare, which is illegalized by the Convention of Geneva, if I'm correct. And you know, that are ways that they became rich, man. You know, having war with all kinds of nations, and yeah, man, they became rich. And the reason why a lot of countries are against America is because, hey, they never shared, man. Those filthy, greedy, fake ass Jews, man. They never shared a damn thing with the other nations, man. You know, the money they got off our backs, man. The Negroes, Latinos, and Indianos, they never shared a damn thing, man. Those fake Jews. I'm talking about the Rothschild family, the Bilderberg family, you know, Skull and Bones. Fucking demons, man. So they got rich. And also with these ideas of Nikola Tesla, they got a lot of riches, man. Why? Because they just went out to look into his stuff, and they got a little bit wiser, you know, and they took his inventions. The same as the radio, man. That was actually an invention of him, but somebody else stole it, man. The same is with the internet. Actually, that's created by a black man. You can look it up yourself, man. A lot of things are created by dark-skinned men. You know, I don't like to use the term black because we're not black, we're brown. But you know, hey, they steal our IDs, and that's what they did through all the years, man. Because also what they did with the Native Americans, you know, the Native Americans was working with them, and what they just did was like, okay, write all the notes, write down a lot of notes. You know what the Native Americans was teaching them. You know, this medicine, if you use this herb, It's like, yeah, if you use this herb, that herb, you can heal this and that. You know, they write everything down, and then when they got everything, they say, okay, let's kill them. You know, that's how they roll, man. That's why Esau is the damn devil, man. You know, and that's also what they did with Nikola Tesla, as you've seen in the clip that I just showed you. He was having his own mind, you know, his own ideas, and probably the government was putting pressure on him, like, hey, you can do this with your inventions, do this, do that, let's go in this direction. But he was saying, no, man, I'm looking for something to create that everybody can have uh, free energy, man. That energy is free for everybody, then we can live, you know, normally. But that would mean that they wouldn't have control anymore. Why? A big way to get money is oil, you know. That's why all the wars and stuff, um you know, are all about, man. You know, oil, electricity, you know, we are under the so-called white man, under the world leaders, because we have to pay them. Without electricity, we're nothing, man. You know, so that's a great way to control people. If you don't pay the government, boom, cut off his electricity, man. Cut off his water, cut off everything, man. So hey, hey, the fucking devil, man. So they was not liking the direction he was going. So yeah, they probably murked him, man. They probably killed him, and yeah, then he died, and they said, yeah, he had a blood clot in his heart, and he died, and you know. But what's funny was that the woman who was about to clean his room saw that there was a, you know, that card on the door that you hang on the door handle that says "Do not disturb." That was actually on the door, you know. So hey, he was probably assassinated, man. You know, maybe they poisoned him or something. You never know, man. Only to get through his papers, you know, only to get into his papers, into his research, man. And he was also busy with frequency and stuff. Now, what are they planning, and what is a prophecy, a great prophecy in the Bible that has to do with frequency and having control um, through wireless energy, man? That's the chip. That's the RFID chip, man. You know, with the RFID chip, they can have a great control of people if everybody. I'm not gonna say everybody, you know, but the majority of people have that chip, and they send out some kind of frequency. I bet you they can have control of your mind, man. You know, so that's something that they got from Nikola Tesla, man. So yeah, going on. Verse 5: by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. You know? Now he thinks he's all that, you know, because he's that rich. And there's also a thing why Babylon, which is America, you know, spiritually Egypt, is that rich, man. Their bank never stops, man. Their bank never stops to make money. You know, it keeps making money. I'm not saying making money with, you know, work and stuff, but they keep creating money. You know, they keep creating it, and that's why they got that much debts, man. America got the hey, the greatest debts over all the countries of the world, man, and they have to pay it. They're gonna have to pay it back, man. You know. So and oh yeah, also that thing. Um, if you saw the clip that I just showed you, um, they are talking about the death ray. The first he started with the X-ray vision. What we know that thing. But also some kind of death ray, man. You know, um, he was busy with some destructive weapon, man, that would end our wars. That's what they said. It would end our wars. Um, a so-called laser beam that would come out of the heavens, and destroy whatever nation would go against the nation that had that weapon, man. Hey, don't you think that the great whore, Babylon, America, spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah would like to have that weapon in their hands, man? Esau would love that weapon, man. Hey, why? To have control over every damn nation of the earth, man. You know? So if they heard only a few words about that weapon, that he was creating that, or he had the papers and the blueprints to create that weapon, hey, directly they would assassinate him, take hold of the papers. Hey, if you think clearly, man, Esau is all about weapons, man, and that thus said the Bible too, because Esau's blessing is the sword. You know, Esau's blessing is the sword. And with that sword, this earth is going down, man. This queendom is going down. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. You know, the Most High gave Esau this knowledge to create nuclear missiles, man. Actually, for their own destruction, man, but also for our destruction. Because two-thirds of our people, the Negros, Latinos, and Indianos, are gonna die, man. So and that's also through the nuclear missiles, man. The sword, through the sword, man. You know. So, but the Most High did that, man. But Esau thinks he's all that, you know, that he is so wise that he created that missile, man. He doesn't give uh, honor to the Most High, man. You know, you had kings of Persia who actually acknowledged the Most High of Israel, man. That he is the one that brought them into power, into rulership, and also from Babylon, man. They knew that the Holy One of Israel was the one that gave them that rulership, man. But Esau doesn't acknowledge it. No, man. Esau doesn't acknowledge it, man. Esau thinks he's God. He really thinks he's God, man. You know? So, going to Obadiah. Let me start at because this is talking about Esau. Here you have it, Edom. Let me just read it from verse 1, man. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord power concerning Edom, the so-called white man. Edom means red. So the red man of this planet Earth, not the Native Americans, the so-called white people are the real redskins. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. You know, why do they have a big pride, man? because they got riches, They think they are smart, you know? They are wise. So now their pride has deceived them, man. Because they think they can go against the Most High, man. They really think they can go against the Most High. And that's actually a thing that they are gonna do, man. That's actually a thing that they really gonna try to go against the Yahweh Shem Shai. Very stupid, man. But let me go on. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Hey, man, if you look outside only for one moment, you already see the clefts of the rocks, man. These buildings where we live in, it's all made of stone, man. And Esau loved that, man, because Esau is the Caucasian race. And what does Caucasian mean? It means cave dweller, man. It means cave dweller. So Esau dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. But because he is in rulership, now we also dwell in the clefts of the rocks. These buildings, man. These buildings of stone. It's actually modern day mountains, man. Whose habitation is high. Esau only goes up in the air, man. He only goes up in the air, with their buildings and with their space stations. That said in his whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's that pride, man. They still think that, proud as Edomites, man. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Most High. So with those space stations, they are like an eagle, man, because the eagle is the bird that flies the highest, man. Because if the eagle is up in the air and all the other birds fly beneath him, that means he only has to go down, stretch out his nails, and grab their prey, man. And that's the thing that Esau is trying to do, man. Exalt themselves as the eagle, so they only have to press one button and eliminate whatever nation is going against them, man. And Nikola Tesla was busy with that invention, so they probably killed him, man. You know so that's what they doing, man. Getting up very high, but the Most High is gonna bring them down, man. Together with the other nations, together with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, together with Yahushua, his armies, the legion of angels, man. Let me go through this. Yeah. So this is Revelation chapter 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. What does Edom mean? What does Edom mean? Edom means red. So this is spiritually talking about Edom, man. And power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth. And ever since Esau came into rulership, peace was taken from the earth, man. And that all started with Alexander the Creep. Alexander the Creep was the first so-called white man who took the peace of the earth, man. He went to conquer. And that they should kill one another. All Esau do is kill, man. And there was given unto him a great sword. That great sword is destruction, man. Because everywhere where Esau goes, there is destruction, man. And with all his ways, there comes destruction. But that's soon gonna end, man. Because the destruction is coming on their head, man. through Yahushai, the elect 144,000, and of course the angels, man. You know. Um, yeah, man. So this is a precept on that. Revelation chapter 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of Lords, talking about Yahushai. You know, the nations are actually gonna make war with the Lamb, man. You know, they are gonna join forces and to go against the Lamb and to go against yeah, the scripture is gonna say that, man. Let me read it again. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, meaning he's gonna destroy them, man. You know, so his pride is gonna fall because he really thinks he's better than the Most High. These Edomites, for he is the Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and they that are with him are called. It's talking about the 144,000, the elective of the children of Israel, man. You know, most unwilling, I'm of that number, and chosen. You know, like the scripture says that there are people that are chosen before the foundation of the earth. You know, and faithful. You know, the people who stay in the faith, man. So they are going against Yahushai and the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns, which is the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, you know, America, shall hate the whore, America, you know. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So Europe is also at one moment, even though he has an alliance now with America, you know, a lot of countries have an alliance with America instead of Russia. But there's gonna be a point that they are gonna look at America. America is gonna do something stupid, man. You know, that they're gonna look at America and going up against them, man, and shoot their missiles, the ICBM missiles, towards America, man, and make her desolate. Now, what does desolate mean? What does desolate mean?
Strong's G 2048.
So it comes from the word, from the Greek word eremaro, and it means to make desolate, lay waste, to ruin, bring to desolation, to spoil one, strip her from her treasures. So that means, America's gonna be a desert, man, like the scripture says, man. It's gonna be naked. Now it's full of buildings and casinos and nice shopping malls. It's gonna be it's gonna be naked, man. You know? You're gonna see nothing. Only unclean animals are gonna roam there, man. You know? So yeah, man, that's what's gonna happen, man. You know, so with all those things they stolen from Nikola Tesla, they gonna try to, you know, still take control over the people. They busy with it now, you know. Every day they're busy with it. Skull and Bones, you know, the Illuminati. But as soon as the elect is sealed, the 144,000, you know, and and the Most High stirs up the other nation to go against America, which already is happening. You see the tension between Russia, China and America now. America's going with that warship, that Navy warship, uh, passed by the islands of China, man. So they are just provoking war, man. And then there was a convention where this U.S. Journalist said that Putin was provoking war because he's killing terrorists. Hey, that's fucking stupid, man. Hey, America's saying we have to go against the terrorists, and as soon as Putin kills the terrorists, they say, yeah, he's provoking war. Then you already see this shit is bugged out, man. Something is not right, you know. So then what Putin said was, um, you say that I am a threat. You say that I am a threat, even though America has war stations all over the world, and I only have two. You say I am a threat, even though America has pointed all its missiles towards Russia. You say that I am a threat, even though I'm killing all the terrorists, man. You know, America's going down soon, man, by nuclear fire, man. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city. That great city is America, man. You know, that great city everyone talks about. Everyone talks about the American dream. That's why it's called the great city. Everybody thinks that when you go there, you're gonna be great. Which reigned over the kings of the earth. Because if America says we're gonna do this, then the EU follows, man. That's why they set up the NATO. The NATO is just set up to have control over a big part of the earth, man. But Russia is not feeling it. China is not feeling it. So this is soon gonna end, man. Let me go back to Ezekiel. Thy riches. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 6. Therefore, thus said the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the other nations, man. The terrible of the nations, and they shall draw. Hey, this talking about Iran, Russia, China, the EU, they shall draw their swords, basically their missiles, man, because this war is not with confused noise like the scripture says, but with fuel of fire. It's gonna be silent until the great earthquake, man. When you hear the blast of the missiles that are gonna hit America, man. And they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Because America thinks he's all dead. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am a God, I am God? But thou shalt be a man, and no God, in the hand of him that slayeth thee. It's gonna be the elect, man. Because as soon as the elect get spiritual powers, man, those 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 proud ass Edomites who think they are something like a god, they have all the riches. If a so-called black man is going against me or wants to sue me, I just call my lawyer. He can do me nothing, man. You think you're all that, man? You think you can have power over me like the Most High? And that time when the elect will get spiritual power, we will grab your neck, we will grab your fucking throat, and then you will say, but I am the boss of the bank. the international bank, or I'm the boss of hey, I don't give a fuck where you have where you used to work, what rank you had or whatever, man. Thou shalt be a man, and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. You know? Hey man, Esau, this is the end, man. If you don't see that this is the end, then you just lost sheep, man. You're just a lost sheep. Or might as well be a lost goat, man. Because I know not only Israelites are looking at these videos, man. You know? Wicked people are too, man. Khazars, I know, man. A lot of Turkish people, you know. But yeah, man, that's just how it is, man. We just here to bring out the word. So for the elect's sake, you know, only for the elect's sake, that the elect may be sealed, man. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.